It's the book of Mark, chapter 13, verses 33 through 37. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who continue to push this true gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in these final days. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. All right, it's your brother Uriah of the GMS Louisiana Saints Camp, coming back at you with another hit, another quick video entitled Part 2. This is Part 2. All right? This is Part 2 of the previous video I did. Okay? And as I'm reading this, you know, this is, it's written in red in the book of Mark, the 13th chapter. This is written in red, the book of Mark, the 13th chapter, man. Yahweh Shah speaking. Mark, Luke, and Matthew all ties in hand, just worded different. Okay, if you have the spiritual eyes to see it. All right, so as I stated, this is part 2 of the video. All right, exciting times for the men of the Lord. Why are these exciting times? Because the time is at hand of our departure from Babylon and getting ready to get that glorious kingdom that our great terrible King has prepared for us for over 2,000 years. Lord willing, we of that number, the 144,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel, which consist of the so-called Negroes, so-called Latin-speaking people of the earth, and the so-called Mexicans. You are the Most High's chosen people. But Yahweh Shai has sanctified 144,000 out of those tribes, 12,000 out of each tribe. Okay? They have been predestinated. You are already sealed before you entered into your mother's womb. All right? So let's jump into the scriptures. All right? As I just read in Mark 13, all right? Let's start at 33. It says, take ye heed, watch and pray. And we've been saying that repeatedly, man. Yahweh Shai, the Holy Bible itself, which is Yahweh Shai, the volume of the book, has repeatedly said to watch and pray. Especially in these times right here. All hell is finna break loose upon this earth, mainly over here in America. America's being set up for a big checkmate through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? A big checkmate, which results in a mass amount of deaths out here. It's coming to this place. So we're watching. We see the signs, the blood moons, the super moon, solar eclipses. The Most High said He'll give us those signs in these latter days. And it's already vivid, you know. It's already vivid. It's clear. The picture is clear. The vision is clear, like it says in Habakkuk. Right? The vision make it plain upon the table. It's already plain upon the table. All right? And it says, for ye know not when the time is. Because not even the angels know. Yahweh Shai himself doesn't even know. He talking right here, but he doesn't even know when the Most High is going to give him the go. He ready to go, but he doesn't know when. So what more of us to be watching? If I don't know, if I'm telling you this for your sake, to benefit you, so you won't be caught off guard, sleep. So you won't be caught sleeping. I'm warning you. I know I'm coming. You know I'm coming. But I don't know exactly when. It's all on the Most High's time. What did it say? Mark 13 and 32. But of that day, the previous verse from 33 that I was reading, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels which are in heaven. Neither the is it Satan an angel? So how the hell is he down there in what the Christian church preach talking about some a hell with a pitchfork and with a red suit on with a wife talking about when it rains the devil is beating his wife. That's bullshit, man. Which are in heaven, neither the Son, neither Yahweh Shai, but the Father, the Most High, Yahweh. This is all ordered through him. And all judgment has been given to the Son to carry out this punishment of death. All right? So we are to be watching, man. We are in exciting times. A great time to be pushing this truth, doing the works, staying in contact with the brotherhood, being around the brotherhood, building yourself up, praying, okay? Doing all the necessary things it does to get that crown upon your head, man. Like Apostle Paul wrote about. And the brother Yakanan did a video, did a beautiful video on that, man. I just finished watching that this morning. All right? So I'm gonna hold that. I'm not gonna be that long. A quick video, because we about to go on about to get it in with the Akim, get a heavy lesson in. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Watch this now. But the souls, all right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of the Most High. Read it again. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And there shall no torment touch them. That's why we're going to scare, Lord willing, we up that number being with the elders and apostles, great millstone. The elect are going to scarcely make it out here, out of this place. Because the elements and everything in America, Salakia, is going to be burnt with fervent heat. America's going to be destroyed off the face of the earth. That's why we pray, and I just finished praying before I did the video about receiving that mark of Tav that's spoken of in Ezekiel the 9th chapter. The mark of exemption, the Passover, was very crucial. So we escape this judgment of death that's coming up out here, man. What did he just say? And there shall no torment touch them. The angels are going to bypass the hopefully elect men and destroy the next person that's on the side of them, that's wicked. Whether it be an Edomite, a Hamite, an Ishmaelite, a Moabite, a 2/3 Israelite, they're going to be whacked out here. Okay? Verse 2. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And it's all links up with Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Verse 3. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. And that's why we laugh. Proverbs 1 and 26, at your calamities. The amount of death that's taking place up out here, man. It's the Heavenly Father's work, because he's made that visit, mainly over here in America and throughout the whole world. He has made that visit through earthquakes, famines, pestilence, the plagues. Now you got what I've been reading, you got a 20 times, either 20 times to 70 times, another swarm of locusts that's going to hit Africa over there. They already made their way to other parts of the world. They in Russia, they in China. They over there with them gutter rats over there in Israel, those Ashkenazi, Khazarians, fake Jews. Okay? In Iran, Persia, the land of Persia. Okay? Yeah, it's the Most High doing this. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, and Esau is wearing out the saints of the Most High. He's wars out. We have been punished. We've taken that, that slavery with the L. But the Most High is going to start giving us those W's. And that ultimate W is getting that crown up on top of your head when you're getting called up on his chariot, man. But we got to go through tribulation. Through much tribulation shall we enter to the kingdom. These are exciting times. So whether you get killed or you don't, it all goes with the scripture. And I'm finna read it. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And I went over that in the last video, in video 1, of immortality. Having a full spiritual body, an angelic body. Like the holy angels have. They can do whatever they want to do. They can come from the highest dimension into this dimension right here and transform themselves where you cannot see them. Like Neo was on the Matrix at the end, on the first one. When he basically became invisible. When that agent was trying to kill him, he was invisible to him. The agent was trying to fight him, and he was just blocking it like this here. Not even looking at him. Man, get that shit up out of here, man. Taking the bullets and looking at him and just throwing them down. That's an angelic body. That's immortality right there. Okay? Verse 5. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 5. And having been a little chastised, and that's what we have been. We've been chastised, persecuted. We love being hated over here at Great Millstone. We love to be hated. If you're not being hated, then you're not being persecuted. You're not a servant of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We are the most hated, beginning with the elders and the apostles, all the way down to the younger brothers as myself. We've been hated. Okay, Esau coming down with this great wrath, it's going to get even worse. But these are exciting times. We love it. We love it. Gird up your loins. Strap up. It's going to be a bumpy ride into the kingdom. But you're finna get a crown from the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua himself. Yahushua is going to issue those crowns out up on top of those big heads of the 12 tribes of Israel. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 5. And having been a little chastised, because it's only been a little, it's going to seem like a bad dream when you're up on the chariot. Okay? It is what it is. They shall be greatly rewarded. Though you have been little chastised and persecuted, enduring afflictions, you're going to be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua proved them, yes, you're going to get that fame. Zephaniah 3 and 19. And found them worthy. Woo, and found them worthy for himself. That's having mercy. As I said, I prayed a little while. I've been praying a lot more and more, 6-7 times a day, trying to increase it more and more to be accounted worthy, like it says in Luke 21 and 36, to stand before the Son of Man, to be found having mercy, to have that exemption, to be set apart. I'm telling you, this is real, man. It's a real deal here. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. So like I know I've been saying 4. This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 6. Salaki, I've been saying 4. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And you're going to be tried. He told me that in 2nd Esdras. Let me get that. 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 73. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Okay? Ultimately, through that, leading to that guillotine, man. That's capital punishment, man. From Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, they brought back what? 30,000 guillotines, which is way more than that. You know it's way more than that. That's what Esau through the media puts out there. But we know this devil got more than that, man. You're going to be tried which ultimately is the radio frequency identification chip. Exciting times, man. You're going to be tried. Let me get that. The book of Revelation. I know my page is a little ripped. Book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, concentration camps, okay, detention centers, and they got a shitload of them down here in Louisiana, you know, mainly up there in northern Louisiana, okay. The devil, and throughout all America, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. It's that word again, tried, precept upon precept. I read it in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, and Salaki once again. I said chapter 4. It's Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, from the top. Okay, and I read it in 2 Ezra 16 and 73. Okay, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And now it could be a literal 10. It could be 7 days. It may be 30 days. But 10 represents a completed number. The Most High always use these numbers like that. 7, 12. 7, 12, 10. Okay? 144, he's the ultimate architect. The Most High is the ultimate architect. Perfect. Perfect. Brilliant. And it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. There it is right there. You're going to get that crown. You're going to be tried, but if you endure it all the way to the end, there you go, my son. Well done. Get you a big bottle of wine. Go enjoy your kingdom. Have all the planets you want. Drive as many chariots you want. Have all the fucking women you want. You're going to have to repopulate the whole earth because there's going to be a lot of sex in the kingdom. But that's another topic for a video. Okay? Back in Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, all right, in verse 6, once again, it says, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them. We're being tried right now. And received them as a burnt offering, verse 7, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine. This ain't exciting. Reading this doesn't make you excited to want to be obedient, knowing there's a crown laid up for you, that you're going to shine amongst everybody. Scripture speaks about that in Revelation. They're going to have certain stars go outshine each other in the kingdom. That's what it is. But you're going to be a star anyway. And run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Verse 8, they shall judge the nations. And you read about that in Revelation 2. We're going to judge the nations, man. Sitting on the 12 tribe, on the throne. You know, judging all the nations, man. Lord willing, shalom to the hopefully leg out there, man. Let's keep pushing, brother. This is exciting times for the men of the Lord, bro. You ought to be happy as hell. Not wanting this shit to go back to normal, man. Fuck normal. What's normal anyway? You're still a slave. You're still a slave. You're under captivity. America's been dealt a crushing blow through this coronavirus. And more evil's gonna hit this place. America is fucking finished. It's a wrap. Game over. America had its run back in the the early stages. Now it's time for the Most High's kingdom to be brought down from heaven and be bestowed up here upon earth, man. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, all right, and verse 8, they said, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. We're going to be rulers in the kingdom. That's why let me get that. That's why Yahweh Shah said what he said, man. This all lines up, bro. Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay. Matthew 24. Let me get that. Okay, so I read Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. He said what? They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. Let's get it. Matthew 24 in verse, all right, in verse 45. Matthew 24, I'll start at 44. Let's get 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household? That's dominion right there. Dominion means rulership. Let's continue. to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing, not being sleep, caught off guard, trapped in this society, in this Babylonian beast-ass system, man. Want these fucking stimulus checks, okay? Ready for things to go back to normal, ready to go back to work, your regular 9 to 5. No, our focus over here, beginning with the elders and apostles, is this truth. Watching and praying. He's telling you, Yahweh Shai telling you. He's telling you, he just said it. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord cometh, he shall find, when it's selected. When blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verse 47, verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. That's the precept right there, backing it up, man. In Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. What did Yahweh Shai say? Verse 8, then shall judge, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. Verse 9, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy, I just said that earlier, mercy is to his saints. That's to be accounted worthy. It's to the saints only. That's it. The elect. The elect are the saints. And I did a video on that about a prayer that they elect, that King David wrote about in the book of Psalms. Okay? And it says, and he hath care for his elect. He only cares for his elect. That's it. Because he only trying his elect through the fire. Because he cares for them. It's like a dad with his son. I'm going to whoop your ass to make you a better obedient son unto me, to obey me. How much more the Father, which is the only Father, through Yahweh Shai. Okay? The Master. All right? So that was it on that. All right? I think I got one more. One more. I think I got James. Let's get James. I think that's in James, the 5th chapter. And once again, Salakia, that was Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter from the top. Okay? James, the 5th chapter. James, the 5th chapter. Let's start at verse 7. I'm gonna close it out with a few passages right here, and that's it. James 5 and 7. Be patient. It's to the hopefully elect now. Be patient, therefore, brethren, the saints, unto the coming of the Lord. Be patient. Don't fall out of the truth. This truth is long suffering. Endure. We see the signs coming. We're in exciting times. Just be patient and stick to the basics and do the work. Okay? Along with myself. Behold, the husband waited for the precious fruits of the earth. Yahweh Shai is waiting for the precious fruits of the earth, the elect. You know we up there telling the Most High Yahweh. The Ancient of Days, look, they down there doing work. They ready to get up out of here. Can I go get them? Yeah, hold on, son. I got a lot more I want to do. I got a lot more I want to do. It's all the vision is playing for. It's all for a set time. The vision is for the appointed time. Most High got his time to where he gonna destroy this place. The year 2020, the year of prophecy, just been jumping off the page. And Lord willing, that this not slow down. We don't see no signs of it slowing down. It's going to increase and increase. Greater evils upon this earth. And it says, back in James 5 and 7, and have long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. Verse 8, be ye also patient. It's to the elect men. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. The coming of the Lord is drawing nigh. The time is at hand. It is at hand. It's near. Our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Okay? Verse 9. Grudge not one against another. And brothers bump heads. But this Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, through the prophet James telling you to go back bickering against each other, man. We're going to have, bump heads or whatever like that, but we keep it moving. That's a part of the truth. We brothers. We not friends. Okay? We are brothers. That's the difference. We not fucking friends. We are brothers. It's the difference between a friend and being a brother. Okay? And I can elaborate on that, but, you know, straight to the point. It says, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Standing at the door, watching everything that goes on with the brotherhood, man. To love one another, care for one another. Yeah, we bump heads or whatever like that, but we continue moving on. This thing ain't about emotions. Most High don't give a fuck about no emotions. You do my truth. You be a brother. Put off that weak nature. That's that weak nature, dealing with your emotions, bringing that worldly shit into the truth. Nah, not in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's program. It don't roll like that, homeboy. Okay? Verse 10, it says, take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Let me read that again. The book of James, chapter 5, and verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets. All the prophets before was Mark, James, Apostle Paul, Matthew, okay, John, okay, Titus, okay, Peter, so on and so forth. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord. Okay, those are our brothers. Okay, and they're back here today. For an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So take that example for what they went through in order to enter into the kingdom. Okay, you have to go through the same thing. The servant is not above his master. Okay, so with that, I hope the video has been edifying. Okay, that was part 2 of the video. Okay, exciting times for the men, for the men of the Lord. Okay, giving all infinite honor and glory as I face the east to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who continue to push this true gospel throughout the 4 corners of the earth in these last days. Shalom, Malcolm. Abal, Babal. On to the next one.